March 11th. So yesterday I came in from the trail from a disastrous day in flooded Suwannee, and you're gonna see that video down the line a little bit, but basically gave up and came home. And they say you shouldn't do that when you're pissed off or end of the day or whatever. I'd been contemplating coming home for a while because the Florida trail's been kind of, let me just say, it's been kind of shitty. And there's been sections that are beautiful, and I've been trying to share that with you, but there's been some pretty rough stuff. So I was like, okay, I got to ride in. Somebody who lived in St. Pete, who I think became a friend. It was kind of cool. We walked about 16 miles together out of that swamp and came home. But woke up this morning, and if you're doing a through hike where you're just hiking 15, 20 miles a day, you got your agenda, you're just nailing it, and then you give up and you come home and you wake up the next day, you're like, what am I doing? I gotta walk somewhere, I gotta walk. And I instantly felt regret for leaving the trail. And they tell you that happens. So fortunately, I only live about 3 hours from there. I live in Tampa. So I'm at a friend's house here in Clearwater, and I just woke up going, you know what? If my job doesn't require me to be there right now, I'm not giving up. I've got to get back there and effing do this. So I rearranged some things. I'm going to go to Pensacola tomorrow. I'm going to drive myself up there, drop my car, get a shuttle into Pensacola from a trail angel, and then start from the back end and then hike back towards the Suwannee, which has been really flooded, and it was very dangerous. I almost died. I really believe I almost died. So you'll see that when I get to that section uploaded. But this way you can do what's called a flip-flop, where you go to the back end, hike back towards this bad section, and hopefully by then the river will be down. But so tomorrow I'm back on the trail, and I had given up, but I'm not giving up. I am not giving up. I'm going to conquer this damn thing. I'm 650 miles into a 1,100 mile hike, so, you know, I got time. I talked to my manager. He's like, hey, man, it's an epic adventure. Finish that thing, knock it out. So I'm going to go do it. Just an update. So now what you're going to see in this video is the section I finally got to upload from Seminole State Forest. I'm going to do Ocala next and up. I haven't had any internet, and that's why there's been no videos. So I hope you enjoyed the Seminole State Forest, which is awesome. Seminole State Forest passes you into the Ocala, which is another 4 or 5 days of awesome section. So there's about a week in there that's really nice, I really have to say. So here's the Seminole State Forest. Hope you guys enjoy. Do some pictures first. Section. It's good to get out of that second section of gut hook there. I've been wanting to do this part here for the whole time, so we're gonna do it.
This is actually, I think, the first section of the Florida Trail ever created back in the 60s, according to that sign I just read. So I'm thinking it's going to be pretty well maintained. I resupplied in Paisley, which is just a little town around the corner here from this Clearwater Lake recreation area. Really great girl here, Emma. She working the kiosk there, and the camp host Joe gave me a lot of assistance. Had some terrible rain last night, a couple problems. Somehow I tore a hole in my sleeping bag. I guess when I was stuffing it in the bag, something cut it. So I woke up to feathers all over my face. I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I turned on the light and feathers everywhere. So I had to seal that up with what I had, which was just some Leuco tape, some of that medical tape I use. I don't want all the down coming out. And then get up to use the restroom. It's nice to have a restroom. I got up at around 12:30, walked there, came back out. It's pouring rain, just instantly changed. And I got soaked. I had left my tent partially open. It got soaked. So I'm jumping in, feathers everywhere, everything's soaked. And it sat on my glasses and broke them. Let's see, I broke them here. These are getting beat up anyway, I gotta get new ones, but I was just like screaming at the sky at 1 in the morning going, what the hell is going on? Wake up out of a dead sleep. 5 minutes later, everything's collapsing. So anyway, got back to sleep, got up late, didn't sleep well. And I just figured I'd take a slow day. So it's already almost 11, which is really, I never leave camp that early. I mean that late, but going up to Alexander Springs, and that's about 10 miles. So that won't take me too long. And then gonna camp there, check out the springs. Might stay there tomorrow too, we'll see. I should be hustling, but this is a section I kind of really want to see. So I've just determined that I'm going to do what I can, and if I get done in time by April 15th, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'll come back and get whatever I need to get later, if I need to. It's funny. Freezing cold and raining 2 hours ago, now it's hot. Welcome to Florida. End of the day. 23rd. I just walked through the Ocala forest part of it. We're headed to Alexander Springs. Just doing a little road walk here. Just to give you a feel for a road walk. County Road 445, I think it said. Out in the middle of the nowhere. Kind of a cool picture. If you can see there, we got the moon up. Somewhere right there. Kind of cool. All right, let's get this walk done. We're here at Alexander Springs. I didn't get in here early enough to get to it last night. And I just don't have time to stay and swim, but I'm told it stays at 74 degrees at all times. That is cool. Or warm, however you look at it. I'm by myself here and I'm coming in early. Wow, it is very clear, wow. Oh, cool. The water's clear. Although I don't know if I'd want to swim in that or not. I guess people do. It's like a natural swimming pool bathtub. That is cool, I guess. All right, we're on to the next springs, Juniper. Juniper Springs is next. Got a nice little park here. Sun coming up. Ocala National Forest. This section of Ocala, the whole section starting back at the beginning of Ocala Forest is fantastic. This is what I like to do. I think everybody does. This is a really nice section. And this canopy of trees so far. Look at that. You're not on a road. It's deceiving. There are roads crisscrossing and we can hear cars, but it's big enough forest that you kind of get out a little bit, which is the whole point of hiking, isn't it? On these through hikes, especially the Florida Trail, you get a lot of road and a lot of nonsense, but these are the sections that people do it for, and you know, a hiker wants to be looking at. It's nice. Just a little path through Mirkwood Forest. So we're trying to do 20 plus miles today. We're going past Juniper Springs, I'm hoping. Feeling good right now. Last night I had an event with as soon as I got to my campsite in the Alexander Springs campground, I walked away for 5 minutes to use the restroom. Walked back to my site, and a giant turkey vulture had come in and taken my whole bag of food. We have bear boxes there, but you know, it's 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. I didn't think I'd have to stash everything just to leave the site. Yes, you do. He came in and he literally ripped my bag apart, brought it into the woods, emptied it, and picked what he liked. Destroyed half my food. So I gotta go off trail and tomorrow and go into a little town to resupply called Salt Springs. So I'm trying to get as many miles as I can each day so I can get up there and get some food. I got a day's worth. Kind of nice not having any weight, but there's nowhere to resupply after that, so that's where we're going. But today we're in the canopy. Really nice. This is called Dora's Pond. There's a sign up there that says loving memory of Dora, 53 to year 2000. I don't know who she was, but she died young. And this is her pond. It's filled up because we just had some good rains here. Guarantee there's some gators in there. Guarantee. So you guys might see. I was gonna get some water, which I could get right there, but I got enough for now. On we go. Back up that way. You can see where they've clear cut the forest here a couple years back. And that's the thing they do with these forests. I really think national forest just means government-owned paper supply. That's why all these trees are thin. They let them get to a certain point and then that's it. Chop them down. I think they do it just enough so people don't realize it's really going on. They keep some of the forest, but it really pisses me off actually. Because this whole forest, if you look at it, is replanted. The original forest is long gone. I say this in all my videos because it pisses me off. But you'll not see very much real forest left in our nation. It's all been commandeered. But this is a cool walk in here anyway. Yeah, you know, in 20 years, this stuff will be growing up like this and they'll cut it. This will be cut in a few years, then they'll reseed it. So I guess my thought is, if you're gonna do that, I get that we need paper products or whatever. Cutting unit, there you go. First thing we could do is use less paper products. I mean, that's an obvious thing. Somebody in Canada said, Americans are killing the forest, they're using too much toilet paper. Well, that's probably true. If you saw what happened during COVID, all the morons that grabbed all the toilet paper, I mean, I don't know what the deal is, but first of all, you could conserve better, you know? It's not toilet paper as much as I think it's advertising. How many pieces of junk mail come to your house every day you throw in the trash? Boxes from Amazon, boxes from McDonald's, boxes. It's all trees. So I think if somebody could get a consensus and really care enough, you could literally not need this much paper, right? That's obvious. I don't think that'll ever happen because too many people are too greedy and humans don't care enough. And that will never change. Some do, but they're always a small percentage. And I am not a tree hugging, never cut a tree down person. I'm just saying there's no reason that our national forests are just scarred paper mills. You know, there's no reason for that. There should be no reason for that. The other thing you could do is, if you're gonna do this and treat the forest like a crop of corn, which is what it is, all of the forests in the south are like that. Many of them out west are like that, but not as bad, but they are. Why don't you go to a state like Nevada or Wyoming or somewhere where there is literally millions and millions of acres of sun. Find a way to get water in there without killing the, aquifer. Find a way to get water into Nevada. Spend your money on that and make that the paper crop state, There's nothing else out there. There's no trees out there naturally. I'm sure we could figure out how to get water to that. And then just cut them and grow them. Who cares? They're not a natural forest. And leave the actual forests alone. So, getting water out there is harder than it sounds, but it's not impossible. And it can be done. I don't understand why we're cutting down, a place that grows trees. And when we have states that have nothing growing in them, that if they were used properly, could. So that's my thought for the day. This is a place called Farrell's Prairie Lake, I guess. This place is awesome. I'm gonna come back here and fish. But this little lake right here, just teeming with redfish. And nobody here. They're just coming up to the sand. It's awesome. I don't know what the fishing regulations are, but great spot here. So we're heading up to, look at this nice section here. This is all right now. All right, Florida Trail, keep doing this. I might change my mind. Heading up to, I think it's called Hidden Pond is where I'm going to try to get to, but Juniper Springs will be first. And then tomorrow we hike into, what was it called? Shoot. Well, we're hiking into another springs. I can't remember what it's called. Rice Springs? Sand Springs? I can't remember. Somewhere to get some food. This feels a little bit like out west. Just a little bit, except for we got the palms here. Kind of nice. All right, hitting it. Nice. Sorry, this bumblebee has been following me for an hour. It won't leave me alone. Kind of cool. Not sure why everything's dead. Trying to avoid ticks here. Brush up against this stuff. This is where you get them, right like this. Yeah. I hate this kind of stuff. I got shorts on, but see, I got one 2 days ago that got me. I don't think it's infected, but onward. Getting tight in here. I don't know if you can see it, but look at the moon, the tent, the fire, and the rest of the day heading out, heading down, going down. Birds chirping, and a rarity, hot coffee. Buenas noches. Juniper Springs section. There's another section where everybody swims at, but I like this right here. It's clear, crystal clear, and you can see the water coming up out of the sand in certain places. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Oh yeah. Stream it in there. This is a really cool spot. I like this better than Alexander Springs. It's all crystal clear. If you look over here, it's really deep. And that sand moving is where the water's pumping up from under the ground. Pretty cool. Another big one right there. That's the main one. And it's not super hot, but it's not too cold either. I think they said it's like 75 degrees, 74 degrees most of the time. Very cool. Still pretty chilly. Leaving Juniper Springs. It's my favorite time of the day. I also like right as the sun goes down. It's just something about everything shifts. All the birds start singing as soon as that sunlight starts to come up. Everything changes. But it feels like you got a fresh start. Anything's possible. Just really liking this section here. You can tell this is the older developed section and most popular probably. It's so nice in here. Peaceful walk through the woods. I mean, you couldn't ask for better than this. We're north of Juniper Springs now. Headed to Salt Springs. Right down now. I'm at a place called Hidden Pond. Trail comes in from over there. I'm drying my stuff there, but back here is the actual pond, even though we got a little one here. Well, that dries for about 5 minutes more. I'm gonna run up here and look at it and get some water. Maybe put my feet in there after I get the water. Let's see what's up here. Got a really neat little campsite here. The girl said that this is not open for camping, but I know thru hikers are using it. Kind of have to. Camp wherever you can. Oh, there's the bigger pond. Okay. Let's see if we got some access to water. I don't really see any. This isn't any better than the other one. It's cool though. There's a big hawk right there. Sitting on a post. There he goes. Unless there's another spot. Let me see. All right, so there's a massive pond back there, but the easy access water is right here. Same spring fed waters, so they look fairly clear. If you can see where people have worn the plants off the bottom, the water is actually very clear. So if you got a good filter, it's all good. Whoo, that's cold. So we'll go out a little bit where I can actually get the bottle dipped in without mucking up the water. It's good. When you do one, this is just like big cypress. Very nice. You probably could just drink this, but just to be safe, we'll filter it. And there it is. Some carrying. I had 2 to start with, and I didn't need to stop, but I just like to have enough water at the end of the day. So I drank a full liter right now just to down it, and we'll just replace this. That way I took advantage of this spring while I was here. Nice spot. So I just wanted to record this while I got it on my mind. Just ran into a couple people that had been following this channel, and it's funny because I forget anybody's following this channel. It's just my own little channel, but Jason and Coral, that's their hiking name, Shantae. So thanks guys for the snacks, great conversation, and it reminded me that I kind of been somewhat, well, not somewhat, I've been negative on this trail. And if you're watching these videos, I think I forget sometimes people actually watch these. But so I'm pretty negative on the beginning of this trail. So I wanted to kind of give you kind of I don't know, a disclaimer or a clarification here. So the Florida Trail is, the first section is a lot of road walking, and it was very, very hard for me. It was very hard for a lot of us, I think, because of the roads. Just a tough stretch, right? And there was some unsavory people that hang out in certain towns down there that also were not cool. I had a little bit of a situation, nothing dangerous, but just gotta watch your back. And certain parts of that area down there I didn't really like. But you know, every city's got its things. But overall, it sucked for me. Now, I am going to render this decision on whether I would recommend this trail overall when I'm done. But you know, who am I? This is my opinion. But this is a trail. You know, we're up in the Ocala forest here. This is beautiful, and we've had a lot of that for the last days, and we had a lot of decent sections prior to that. So I have to apologize if I seem too negative about the trail, because it is it's a personal thing, and some people just like whatever the trail is. I love it all. I love it. And I'm just a little bit more like, hey man, I came out here to hike in the woods. You know, I came out here to get in the wilderness. So I've had to learn to kind of suck it up and just do those parts well and not worry about it so much. The other thing is, in meeting Jason and Coral, is that it reminds me that I'm kind of a loner and I'm kind of a pessimist about people. And I say to myself most of the time, and I've said this in my other videos, that it's kind of doing a through hike kind of pushes you into not doing that, because you meet some cool people and sometimes they need help, sometimes you need help. For example, the giant vulture that took my food 2 nights ago. I explained that story to the Fletchers there, Jason and his wife, and they gave me some food. And I wasn't expecting it. I'm not going to die without it, but it was just really nice and kind. And every time I get negative about humans, and trust me, there's a lot of reasons. Last night in the campground, I was like wanting to come out and wring somebody's neck, because all night long in a campground, people are slamming grills and yelling and making a bunch of noise and turning on cars. I'm like, geez, it's 3 in the morning. What are you doing? What kind of people do this, you know? So right when you hate people, then you run into somebody really cool, and you're like, yeah, I guess I can't hate everybody. I do like a lot of people, and the more I do the trail, a lot of great people I'm meeting. The list gets longer and longer. So thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I'm also surprised that there's so many people kind of following the Florida trail hikers this year. I don't believe that's ever happened like that. I mean, I've looked for Florida trail videos for years. The only one that ever did it was Juniper Hikes. A couple other guys did some minor things, but there never was this kind of following, and of a specific trail, like a class of 21 kind of thing. I think that's good for the trail. It's cool too, because you literally meet the people that are on YouTube. It's kind of cool, and I appreciate you guys for helping me to grow a little bit. And when you meet good people, it's always a good thing. See ya. I guess it's the prairie here they're talking about. Oh, that's for the bats. You can hear them. They're in there. Interesting. Yeah, we hear you, Mr. Crow. The bats I'm talking about, I saw the sign right here. They're hiding out in here. Who's that bat? I guess they're helping them out. I was just saying earlier that I love that time of the morning best, when the sun first comes up. But now I'm thinking I like this time of day too, which is about 2, 3 o'clock afternoon, settling in, the breeze blowing. You know, your day is 75, 80% done, and tired, getting sore, still got some gas in the tank. Now you're starting to focus on camp, but you still have some day left. It's kind of, I don't know, there's a peaceful feeling about this time of day out here, especially. Really pretty. Look behind me. Just like being by myself out here when the wind's blowing and a little bit hot. Totally alone, except for the birds and the wind. Good stuff. Looping around the waterways out there anymore. We're kind of seem to be coming off into the woods again. So really nice stretch here. Really dry, prairie-like. It's almost like a savanna, kind of like Kissimmee Prairie Preserve. Very nice. Lots of water out in the middle, and then dry like this around the water sources. Look at that hill. Trees with flowers at the bottom. It looks like flowers. Must have been some water or something up there. Little palm tree right in the center. I don't know what that is. I don't know if the camera shows that, but the vegetation changes right there at the hill. Almost. And I don't got time to go up there and look. You could see though that this area could get flooded. Probably has been flooded at times. The water got bad enough. Very nice. Almost there. Over here. My feet are killing me. I did call ahead and she said she had a spot. Let's find out. There it is. Oh boy. Let's see. Hey guys. 5:35 on the 25th. I made it to the campground. Really nice here if you don't. A little leisure. Salt Springs, but I gotta walk back about about a mile to get to the taco stand that I will not pass by. I think it's the only hot food in town that I can get to. And then I gotta walk over to the other direction a little bit to the Dollar General to get some food for tomorrow. And I can barely walk. So I took a few minutes to set everything up. I took a shower. Thank you for this terrible cold shower. There's no hot water. What in the hell? $40 for no hot water. Oh well. But heading out to get some tacos. Hopefully I'll feel better. And some resupply. All right, so here we are at Odd Todd's. This is the best taco Mexican food in town, Salt Springs. You are?
I'm Todd.
Todd!
That's Miss Deb right there.
Miss Deb, thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and I had a great dinner last night. I'm about to walk that trail over there, and I thought I'd get some more tacos on the way. So,
Well, we appreciate you.
thank you, Todd. If you guys are hiking in, you need to stop here. It's an awesome spot. It's got a little canopy here. Really authentic, real food. So, all right, thanks, Todd.
Hey, thank you.
Have a great day. Just left Salt Springs, running late, it's about noon. Got a lot done though. I ran into a great girl there. Her trail name is Iron Lady, and lives in Juneau. Hopefully I can stay in touch with her. I can't find her. If you're watching this, I can't, your text never came through, so I don't have your phone number, but had a great conversation this morning around the campground, and then I left there and went and resupplied. On my way out, I hit that taco place, Odd Todd's, which I got a little bit of video on that here. It's fantastic. Odd Todd's in Salt Springs. Just little tiny nothing of a town, but man, great little authentic Mexican food there. Like really the kind of food they make in Mexico, not American Mexican, which they have some of that too, but like real good rice and beans and actual tacos with cilantro, and just fantastic. Anyway, I grabbed 2 tacos, thinking, all right, I'm late, but I'll hit the trail. Who's parked at the trail? Iron Lady's parked at the trail trying to do a hike. She's like, hey, it didn't work out. You need to ride down the road. Gave me a ride, and we had a good talk again. So we were talking about how the trail, these through hikes, the trail provides is a phrase everybody says, and it's really true. Really what it is humans provide, you know, people provide in ways that you just don't expect and you need. Like, bam, I needed to get caught up. I had a huge road walk that really isn't part of the trail. And all of a sudden she's parked there, gives me a ride. It's great. I've had people give me water and beer and food and offer to give me shelter, give me rides. It's been, and we don't even have a big community like the AT, but still the Florida Trail has been really, the people on it have been really cool. The association's been really cool. Water cache people, thank you, Water Boy. So many people that take care of those water caches down below on the trail, real important. Well, we're here in the Ocala Forest. It's been a really nice walk the last couple of days. Last 3 days, really, 3 or 4. And I'm headed to the 88 store, which is a Florida Trail tradition. Some little store. I think it's mostly just a bar. We'll see. But you can sit outside and charge your phone. And so that'll be my excuse for going to the bar. I gotta charge my phone. What do you want me to do? So we're gonna hike up there. I think it's probably 5 miles from here. And then we'll see where we'll camp later. Thank you, Iron Lady. So if you're on the west coast of Florida, this is exactly what the Citrus Tract part of the Florida Trail. It's really part of the Withlacoochee State Forest. Citrus Tract is about 40-mile loop. Looks just like this. Beautiful. And that makes sense because it's about the same point in the state, north to south, just over on the other coast. So beautiful stuff. This I love. Probably because it reminds me of home where I grew up in Idaho. I don't feel normal until I'm underneath these pine trees. It's weird. All right, here we go. All right, we're here at, where are we at?
Do you really think I play okay?
88.
Yeah.
Something.
Yes.
I do. I told him
Yes.
that already.
I can see where if you had more time to spend on, but your hands, you got a good
Hey, dude, you
grasp
tell
of
me-
things.
Tell me what keys we're playing, dude.
I know you got a
it.
good, you got a good ear.
And I can add fifths and sevenths.
You're good. So we're at the 88 store. I think that's where we're at, right? All right. I hiked in here, and I met John from Kentucky. Kentucky?
Kentucky. RJ from Wisconsin.
RJ from Wait a minute, it's not.
From Sid.
It's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
So we've been playing that beast of a guitar over there.
It's a Mitchell.
It's a Mitchell. And let's see. I need to see the pick that we've been using. Where's that pick? All right, so this is straight up Florida bar. Fly by night, last minute gig.
This is beyond redneck.
This is our pick. Yeah.
Beyond redneck.
Beyond redneck pick. We've been using
broke
this.
a string and played okay.
And you know what? RJ did a great job. Thank you, bud. Nice to meet you.
Great.
And we're gonna put you on YouTube. You're gonna be famous. You won't need to work anymore. You'll be a millionaire.
I told him that.
I might be exaggerating.
But you never know. It could go viral.
No.
I've got some stuff that I can play. My own music warm-ups are okay.
Awesome.
You should ask John. He's heard me do some of
I've
my own.
already-
No, I believe it. I
I've
believe
already
it.
told him he needs to get it on his
Some of my own originals.
Get a
are really
YouTube
good.
channel
I
going.
mean, I some of you own originals are really good.
I'd like to hear. I would love to hear it. So
I've got like 8 pages of my own originals.
you have too much time on your hands.
I did it one time, but she was worth it.
Not me.
She was a half breed.
A half breed? What does that mean?
She was a
We don't need to
half-breed.
know what that means.
You don't want to know. We're not talking about her.
All right, guys.
It's out of
Say, say goodbye. Say goodbye to YouTube for now.
See ya.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
All right. Good morning. Leaving the 88 store on the trail. It's called the 88 store. Everybody seems to need to traditionally stop there. And now I know what it is. It's a typical backwoods Florida bar. Little peanut shells on the floor and open bar there, open up patio kind of area. Old place. And they give you no food really, I don't think. I didn't get any food anyway. I didn't see any food. Just really cheap beer. So last night I got in there with Iron Lady and we hung out briefly, and then she hiked back to town, and then I hung out far too long. But what happened is they have dollar beers on draft, and then they also had a guy came in, RJ came in with his guitar. He went and got a guitar, and I was like, okay, now we're gonna sing a little bit and drink some beer at a Florida bar. For once, I'm gonna do it just for fun, and we had a good time. Just playing different songs, and didn't have a pick, so we used a poker chip, which was impossible. But stayed there I don't know how late I stayed, just late enough. And then went down around the back, down the hill, and set up my camp, and got up this morning feeling a little tired, but not too bad. Nothing crazy happened. Didn't drink that much, although I was a little drunk. And I decided I'm not doing that again until this trail's over. Got to keep your energy level. But that was one of those things where it's like, oh, we're having a good time. That's kind of why you do this. So anyway, headed out Ocala Forest. Headed to Rodman Campground. I think today is going to be about 15. That's my goal. And it's really nice in here. Very, I don't know if it's just the weather or the section of the state, but the humidity has dropped quite a bit from the first month. Every night you get out of your tent and the condensation just soaks everything. Both nights here it's been dry, so that's nice. I know I got water coming up from north, so I'll take advantage of it now. Entering a burnt section here of Ocala. There's a hunter. Some people don't know what that looks like if you're not from this type of an area where they do these prescribed burns. Looks like it's just been a day or two. And we follow this path. Nice thing about this is there ain't no ticks for a while. What's weird is didn't take off the orange paint. I don't know if they were very careful or it's just random. They didn't just repaint that, so I don't know. So I found a lucky find here. This is still burning, and the reason it's still burning, first of all, it broke off that tree there, collapsed obviously, but see how it's still burning inside there? And we still got it burning. Ooh, it's kind of hot right inside of there. The reason is it's filled with sap, and this was a dead tree. Whenever you can find a dead tree or a dead limb that's been standing for a while, all the sap drains down to a certain point. You can see here, it's kind of gone here. There might be some in that, but it definitely, you can see right here, that wood has a different, it's full of, they call it fat wood, and it's literally filled with kerosene, you know, sap, all that stuff right, that red stuff. So if you get one of these, there's another one right there, a couple of these, you'd start a great fire with it. You can make shavings with your knife, or just stick the piece in the bottom. Usually people just make shavings with it, and that's your starter fire for wood, for firewood. And I'm going to keep a couple of these pieces, and that way you can kind of carry around a starter kit. And sometimes you get, I like to go looking for these, but here it is laying right here. All right.
Hey, good morning. March 1st, man. Look at my hair. Broken glasses, hair sticking out. Eating a sandwich from Publix for breakfast. We're at the place, one of the shelters here on Iron Bridge. It's called Iron Bridge Shelter. Iron Bridge is just a little bridge across the creek there, I guess, down we passed. Skipped a little bit yesterday. I got a ride up a road. I had to get a ride into Paletka to get food. That vulture stealing my food threw me off. I wasn't gonna have any food, so I got a ride in and from the campground, and then the ride back was up the road a bit. So I missed about 18 miles, so about a day's walk. So I'll have to come back and do that at some point. But I figured it was better to just go, make it easier for the person that was driving and just get back on the trail instead of going back and retracking. So we're up here a little bit ahead. I got one day skipped. I'll have to complete when I get done, either this year or maybe next year. Yeah, it's not been perfect anyway. I haven't been on the trail every step of the way, so I'm not too concerned about it. But this is our new pack, by the way, from Sierra Designs. Flex capacitor. This thing's really awesome. It's got a bigger capacity than I had before. What I like about it is it's got the compression straps all the way down the back. Stuff away, but and it expands and contracts at whatever size you need it, really, up to 75 liters. So it carries the weight a lot better than what I had before. The tendency, though, you got more space, you want to fill it up more, so I got to be careful. But I did it yesterday. It's got a weird setup. It's got this lumbar thing. It's just pretty hard and solid that sticks out, and these two as well. The idea being that it's going to bring it pack off your back a little bit and give you some breeze behind there. And it worked okay. It's not as good as the it's not as good for keeping your back cool as the Osprey that I had.
And you got to get that lumbar thing just right. And I'm wondering if I got the wrong size pack, maybe a little too long or something. I've got to get it adjusted right, because that has to sit right at the low of your back. And if it doesn't, it just feels weird. So I got to play with it and get some adjustments done. But overall, when I got it dialed in a little better, it was awesome. So much room in here. It's got this nice pocket on the top. You throw your stuff in. It's so easy. Everything went in there without a thought. Even that giant sleeping bag. So anyway, we're back on the trail, and I'll film some more later. But just kind of a creepy spot. I don't know. For me, I don't like it. You're supposed to. You can sleep inside there if you want, but. Well, let's go inside. I'll show you real quick. And I guess this is cool. I mean, especially if it was raining or something. You could fit a lot of people in here. Put your tents in here. Or just lay on the floor, I guess. And I left a little bit of food for some people who had too much stuff. But I just didn't feel, maybe it's just because I'm used to sleeping in a tent. I don't know. I just didn't feel like sleeping in here. So I slept out here, but it is nice to have. Somebody left a bunch of garbage here, so I wasn't really happy with that, but overall it's kind of a cool little stop. All right, up the road we go. Gotta finish this delicious sandwich first. Cuban. I don't want to see that coming up. I have a feeling I'm going to get wet today. Nowhere to really walk. Man, this is really flooded in here. There's possible, whoa, way over here. Even this stuff gets you wet. Just say hello. Come on.
Hello.
Hello, sir. Michigan.
Hello.
Mr. Michigan.
Yeah.
What's your last name again?
Holkabar.
Hulkabar, which also sounds like
Hookahbar.
Hookahbar. This is Randy. He's been hooking me up with some great food and firewood and what else? Rum and Coke and not rum and Coke.
Jack and Coke.
Jack and Coke.
Yeah. Summer mash, but it's okay.
It was great. It was great. So and he keeps my fire going. He gives me some good hickory wood. So I appreciate you, buddy.
All right.
All right. Have a good night.
See ya.
Oop, no, here, wait. Do that again.
Yep.
There you go. See you in the morning, maybe.
See ya.
All right. Thanks, bud.